Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a festive Boxing Day episode of Ted's Booze Cellar, the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube with me, your most gracious host, Ted. Now, I wasn't really expecting to do another episode in the final week of this year. I was probably going to wait until after the New Year's had commenced to start doing episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar again, just to give myself a little bit of a break from doing it, just so I could relax and properly get into the festivities and debauchery of drinking of that's going to undoubtedly commence on New Year's Eve. But I wanted to do an episode today on Boxing Day anyway, because one of the gifts I got for Christmas was a delivery of a craft beer gift box set from my older brother. Now, I have had an affinity recently for reviewing Christmas-themed drinks, as you know, it's Christmas. And one of the drinks he got me in this 9-pack of delightful craft beers was from our old friends at Brewdog, who are one of the premier craft beer companies here in the UK, and they've become quite large in the last few years, actually, since they really started hitting their stride. So I'm going to be taking a look at their 2020 Hoppy Xmas IPA, a festive IPA, brewed in Elon. United we stand for better beer, fiercely defiant and independent. Batteries not included. I don't know what that exactly means, but so it says it's a Hoppy Xmas festive India Pale Ale. This IPA has a bit of a punch because it is 6.0% alcohol volume, so it's probably not quite as, it's obviously not as strong as the barley wine I reviewed yesterday on Christmas Day, but it's still got a bit of a kick to it. Not as strong as Elvis Juice, which I'm pretty sure is still Brewdog's strongest beer, but this runs it damn close. I mean, this is 6%, so yeah, keep that in mind and definitely eat something before you drink this, because you don't want this completely going to your head straight away. I gotta say, I do like the design of the can. Nice regal bit of amber gold, makes you think of sort of like glittering Christmas decorations, and then a ambery sort of crescent, sort of crimson red sort of colour around it, with nice little snowdrops there. Really gets you in the mood for Christmas. This is the perfect distillation of Christmas marketing in a drink that I think that I would think of anyway. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for that. Gets me right in the mood for a nice bit of drinking on the eve of Xmas, although now we're on the day after it anyway. So yeah, give it a 10 out of 10 for the can and the design of it. I don't know how much this one costs individually per can, but I can see on the Brewdog website at the moment you can buy a 12-pack of these 330ml cans for $17.95 on Boxing Day. The original price is only £2 more, so if you want to grab a whole case of these off of the Brewdog website, that's where you probably should go, to be honest. So yeah, all right. Ooh, got a bit of it. Yeah, it's definitely hoppy. It sprayed out quite a bit when I opened it, but let's give it a sniff and see what our first impressions are like. Okay, it's got a sort of just a standard IPA smell there, a little bit of a mango-y through line with a little bit of a citrusy undertone. So yeah, it smells nice. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. It's not too harsh either. It's got a bit of a bitter ting at the end of the smell there, which ties it all together, but it's not too overpowering, which I feel like puts a lot of people off of IPAs. So yeah, very good first impression. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for the smell, because there's just a little bit of extra pizzazz that's missing there, but generally it smells really lovely. So before we taste this little festive treat, I'm going to have a quick palate cleanser of water. And then after I'm done with the reviewing and drinking this, I'm probably going to start heating up the leftover beef Wellington I made for Christmas yesterday. But anyway, happy belated Christmas to everyone, and belated Eid, and belated Hanukkah, or whatever you're celebrating. And here's to a far, far better 2021 than we had of 2020. So, bottoms up. Okay, this is interesting because the texture, like the fizziness and the way it goes down your throat, I feel is like a hoppy, juicy pale ale. But the taste is kind of like a cross between a IPA and weirdly enough, a bit of a lagery taste actually. Like it's got that lagery crispness, and the finish is a little bit wet, but it's like quite sort of distinctive and sort of finished and quite crisp, and that complements, I think, the bitterness of the IPA quite well, because like the bitterness at the finish that you find with most IPAs doesn't overstay its welcome too much in this one, and the crispness of the finish really complements that well and sort of just like cuts it off in that nice little poppy finish. But it's it's interesting because considering how fizzed up it was when I opened it, although to be fair that might be because it came in a delivery box, the finish isn't too hoppy, it's not too bitter. Like there's aspects of those there, pardon me, but they're not overpowering and they don't overpower the flavour at all. The flavour, generally speaking, in a more sort of descriptive way, I would say, is light, light sort of like with light IPA with a citrusy rind, undercurrent, and sort of a little bit of a mango-y taste throughout as well. So which I think is not quite what I'd expect for like a Christmas themed IPA, but all things considered, this is still a damn good drink. I feel like the texture could be a little bit smoother, because it does struggle to go down at the end a bit, down the back of the throat, and generally speaking, the fizz is a little bit much in places, particularly towards the end, but generally speaking, this is still a smooth and enjoyable drinking experience. So those might knock 1 or 2 points off, but I can't really fault it too much. I think if I'm not in the mood for this, it is probably like a if I'm not in the mood, it's probably like an 8.25, but considering I am in the mood for it and I do really like this, I'll give it an 8.5. It is really good. I think, actually no, I'm going to go for an 8.75. It is well comfortably within the elite level category of beers, and I think, while I've sort of been a bit critical of Brewdog in the past, I think that generally they're more competent and they do produce more good beers than bad ones. So I think they've done well here. So yeah, Hoppy Xmas Festive IPA by Brewdog gets the buy from me and a definite recommendation. 8.75 rating out of 10, and yeah, I will gladly look forward to having this again next year if they do decide to produce it next December. So yeah, give this a shot and see what you guys think. So if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to my social medias and other YouTube channels in the video description below. And I will also recommend, I mean, you don't have to, but if you want to support me or you liked this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, take a mask with you to the shops, and yeah, just be safe, and I hope we'll see each other again in normal circumstances in 2021. Until then, have a happy Christmas and a great New Year, and I'll see you guys next year at the bar on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.